It's interesting. Texas courts have held that the Ten Commandments can be posted in schools. They ought to have just an amendment to that they're going to really post the ones that Trump has not violated. So let's take a look. First Amendment is you shall have no other gods other than me, or before me, higher than me. And so I think Trump's putting up a 250-foot golden arch and people suggesting that his name be on all sorts of buildings is certainly a violation of the First Commandment. The Second Commandment is you should have create no idols or images of idolatry. That's a sort of a question mark, I suppose, except to the extent that Trump is trying to create images throughout the government with gold leaf on them or gold coloring on them, which he views as idols to himself. The third is that you should not take the Lord's name in vain. Well, that's silly. He posts pictures of himself in robes and says he's Jesus. The fourth is related to keep the Sabbath holy, which Trump, I suppose, might say he does because he loves to play golf all the time instead of doing anything worthwhile as far as the country is concerned. Fifth is honor your father and your mother. I have no idea anything about his father and mother, except that I understand his grandfather escaped Germany so he wouldn't have to do military service. So I suppose Trump's avoiding of military service during the Vietnam War was a symbol of his, at least honoring his grandfather's memory. Six, you should not commit murder. Well, that's not clear yet because the Epstein files haven't been released with all the implications there. So that's sort of a question mark so far. Seventh is you should not commit adultery. Well, they ought to put pictures of Trump, Hegseth, the number of the rest of them up who are connected with Epstein and multiple children with multiple women, not necessarily wives, as perfect examples of what they mean by not doing that. Eight, you shall not steal. Well, we see robbery at the highest levels by this administration. Trump, Witkoff, the Trump family. My guess is most of the rest involved in the major insider trading, but I think that will come out over time. You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. Well, that's Trump all the time. He's lying about everybody, so that that could have a little star next to it as well, along with you shall not covet your neighbor's house. Well, Trump covets everything that's not his that he thinks has any value. So they're really only of the Ten Commandments which Trump hasn't violated, along with a lot of the rest of his cabinet, or maybe a couple of the Ten Commandments. But what the hell? If you have a batter has a 300 batting average, I suppose that's pretty good, and that's the way Trump would look at it. 3 out of 10 might be acceptable as far as he's concerned. So I think Texas has a point, but I think the point they ought to make is who in the administration has violated which commandment.